Now, in our previous videos, we saw how to use the sum function, or rather, when we started these video series, we also saw how you can manually add the cell references to achieve a sum, right? And then we move forward to the functions to make it more easy. Well, we want to proceed further and make it more easier, right? So in this video, we are going to see how you can use AutoSum command and also how you can use the shortcut key for AutoSum command. So let's go ahead and have a look. So again, we are back to our example of monthly budget. And over here in the totals, you will notice that last time we used the sum function to calculate the sum for all the months, January, February, and March, right? So over here, it is sum for B4 to B8, and then for February, and then for March, right? So what we did is that, we went to the formulas bar, then we went to math and trigonometry, and then clicked on the sum. Or rather, we clicked on the FX button and then search for the function and, then use the sum function. We did all that, of course, to build, the basics as well, but those are too many clicks involved, right? So we have an AutoSum function where you just click on one button and then the system automatically, inserts a function and calculates the sum for you. So to demonstrate that, let me just hold the control button on my keyboard and select the total rows and the total columns, and then click on delete, right? Now over here, if we want to calculate the sum for the January months, what we need to do is highlight this cell B9 where we want to insert the function. And under the formulas tab, you have AutoSum function. Do you see that sigma over here? So you have the AutoSum function. So if you click on that, you will notice that it has automatically added the sum function and also selected the correct range from B4 to B8. So the system is intelligent enough to enter the function and also select the range for you. So if I hit my enter key, you will see that the sum is automatically calculated. Similarly, I can select multiple cell over here and then click on AutoSum, and it will do all the calculations for me, right? So we can do it for columns. We can also do it for our rows. But you need to notice something over here. Let's just start with the first rent row, right? Let me select AutoSum. Well, it entered the correct function and also the correct range from B4 to D4. And when we do for the phone row, well, again, it entered the correct, function and the range. That is from B5 to D5, right? Now, of course, the system is intelligent enough to, enter the functions and the range, but it is not the case all the time. And you need to be aware of that. So notice what happens over here when I select the cell and click on AutoSum. But instead of taking B5 to D5, it takes the range from E4 to E5. Now this happens because of some default settings that the Excel has. And you have to be aware of that, right? So whenever you see this behavior, all you need to do is just select the right range. So you can select from, B6 to D6 and then hit enter and it should be okay. Similarly for this cell, you can select the AutoSum and it takes the wrong ones because of default settings. Just select the right range and that should be okay. And then click on enter. And again for here, AutoSum, select the right range and hit enter and it should be okay, right? So you just need to be aware that there are some default settings and the way Excel auto-populates the ranges might not be correct all the time. Now, if you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can also do AutoSum for your averages and counts, right? And there is two parts to this particular function. If you see there's a small down arrow key, if you click on that, you will see that there is auto average, auto count numbers, max and min. Now, one more handy thing is that instead of going to formulas tab and then clicking on AutoSum, you can actually use a keyboard shortcut. So for example, if I just delete this total over here, and then if you hover your mouse on the sigma button, you will see that the system shows that there is a shortcut key, which is Alt plus the equal sign, right? So instead of going and clicking on the button, if I just hold my Alt key and click on the equal sign on my keyboard, you will see that the auto sum function is automatically introduced, right? So Alt plus equal sign is the shortcut key for auto sum, which can be handy in your day-to-day activities. So why don't you go ahead and try it out for yourself, and stay tuned for our next video.